According to Maslow's hierarchy of needs theory, shelter is one of the basic needs of man and ranks next only to air, food, water, and sleep. This underscores the importance of housing to the well-being of the people. Research has it that the real estate sector in Nigeria, compared to the rest of the world, where it is the largest sector in countries like the US and Australia in terms of contributions to GDP, and also provides the largest employment in Australia, it is contributing less than an average of 7% to GDP and only 1% to employment in Nigeria. This is Housing Development, a program where we discuss housing and all that concerns it. As always, I am Fleur Ani, your housing diva. Coming up after the news, we shall be discussing the housing deficit in the country and the Honorable Minister of Works and Housing position statement on this. Stay tuned.
The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has stressed the need for the mobilization of private sector funding to redress the country's housing gap. Deputy Governor Economic Policy of the CBN, Dr. Kingsley Obiora, gave the advice in his personal statement at the last Monetary Policy Committee MPC meeting. In it, Obiora stated that while the impact of the policies on the economy was undeniable, given the fragile recovery and coupled with long-standing infrastructural challenges, more action would be required to return the economy to full recovery, like making a big push in mortgage financing to reduce the deficit in Nigeria. On his part, the CBN governor, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, reaffirmed that the CBN will maintain its collaboration with fiscal authorities to proactively target and stimulate high-impact productive sectors of the economy. Emefiele said long-standing structural imbalances and deep-seated supply-side constraints had propped inflation rates above the tolerance band of between 6 and 9%. The Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, described as not realistic the claim that there is a housing deficit of 17 million houses. He disputed the claim while speaking in Abuja at the inauguration of the Federal Housing Authority Board, saying the claim could not be justified due to the huge number of empty houses scattered around the country. According to the minister, there is housing deficit in urban areas, no doubt, but there are empty houses in the rural areas and even in the urban centers where there is a deficit. There are empty houses across the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Lagos, Port Harcourt, Onitsha, Asaba. There are empty houses all over the major urban centers of Nigeria. He also charged the new 13-member board to build more federal housing estates like the one they built in Gwarimpa and others, so that it will accommodate more Nigerians. The organizers of the Abuja International Housing Show have announced their preparedness to put the issue of housing data on the front burner at the upcoming July event. Reacting to the announcement of the minister that the figure on housing deficit is unrealistic, the event coordinator said the Honorable Minister has posed the challenge to all practitioners and stakeholders in the Nigerian housing industry, which must be addressed immediately. According to him, you cannot solve the problem of housing without having adequate data that will enable the government know the categories of people that need the houses and the type of houses they need. Kenya has acquired an additional 3.9% stake in Shelter Afrique for 1 billion Kenyan shillings, approximately $9.2 million, deepening its position as top shareholder in the Pan-African housing financier. Shelter Afrique Chief Executive Andrew Chimponda said Kenya's support had been key to turning around the firm, which last year posted the first profit in 6 years. The extra capital injection of $9.2 million has moved Kenya's shareholding to 18.72% from the 14.82% it held in December 2020, dwarfing that of Nigeria and Africa Development Bank, which now own 13.71% and 13.25% respectively. Kenya's recent contribution brings the total amount given to Shelter Afrique as additional capital in the last few years to 9.92 billion shillings, that is $92 million, whereas the company recently invested heavily in the Kenya Mortgage Refinance Company that seeks to bring down the cost of mortgages in the country.
What is the name of my grandson?
Suleiman.
That's a good name. May the Almighty preserve him.
Amin.
Now that your family is growing, this is the time for you to start thinking of a house of your own.
Abba, the thought of this has always been on my mind. To build a house now, you need a lot of money, and that is what is holding me back.
Sani, what you need is a mortgage. NHF mortgage loan. With NHF mortgage loan, you own a house upfront and pay gradually over a long period of time.
Abba, I will go to the FMBN office right away.
Come join us at FMBN and let's shelter Nigeria together.
For more housing, finance and construction news, visit www.africanhousingnews.com. The Minister for Works and Housing has debunked the claim that Nigerian housing deficits, which is said to be within the range of 17 million to 22 million, is true. The minister disagrees, stating the figures of these deficits have not been ascertained. Reacting to this statement, the president of Housing Development Advocacy Network, Festus Adebayo, has this to say.
So that's serious. That the figure that the whole house industry have been using for many years is not correct. That it is a lie. It means a lot. This is a figure that almost all the university, this is a figure that even the Central Bank of Nigeria, this is a figure that most of our senior political leaders have been using. 17 million, 18 million, 22 million housing deficit. So it's okay. That is a lie. But just that. I feel very bad that it took the minister no less than 4-5 years to discover the lie. So but it's okay. We appreciate our minister. So the challenge now is that we have to work with the minister to discover the truth. We have to go on the way of getting the truth. This cannot be done by the ministers alone. All the leading stakeholders, advocacy group, professional bodies must be on the same page with the Honorable Minister. We cannot afford to be saying, hey, the figure is this, while the minister will be saying the other one. We need to be together, because if we are not one, it's going to have a very serious effect on that sector that's supposed to be creating the largest employment, largest job in the country. I'm aware that a lot of effort have been taking place among the stakeholders on how to get data for the sector. And that is to let you know the importance of data. I can see why we cannot deliver the houses, because we don't even have the data to work with. We don't have information on who or what category of people need the houses. All that we are seeing or we keep talking about most of the time is that they are occupied houses. When we are talking about unoccupied houses, who are the people that own the unoccupied houses? These are not the houses that we are talking about. The houses we are talking about are those houses that the people below the ladder need to live. That is just the issue. As one of the collaborators of Abuja International Housing Show, I think as we approach the 15th Abuja International Housing Show, this will be our major focus. Since all the leading major stakeholders will be at that event, we must come together and chart a way forward. We must be on the same page with the minister, as I earlier said. My thinking is that the private sector should be in the forefront of getting data for Nigeria housing industry. And look, for instance, Ghana, they've done their housing needs survey. Kenya, they've done their housing needs survey. And I'm also aware that Rwanda have also done their housing need survey. So what is disturbing us? What is making us not to do our own? So at Abuja International Housing Show, in few days to this time, this is going to be our number one priority. We must come together and agree on the way to get our data. If it's going to be private sector financed, I'm sure it's possible. In the course of that, we can get international support. I'm aware that the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, the Family Home Fund, Federal Mortgage Bank, NMRC, Central Bank of Nigeria need this data to deliver the houses, need this data to provide decent houses for Nigeria. So we will all come together, support Nigeria Bureau of Statistics, collaborate with the Nigerian Population Commission, and see how within 1 year we can address this matter. We need data now than before, because if we don't, a lot of investors who want to finance housing in Nigeria will use this as an excuse why they cannot invest in our sector. So I hope to see you at Abuja International Housing Show on 26 to 29 at International Conference Center. Our minister will be with us. We also, all of us will talk together and provide a way forward.
The chance to be a homeowner in Abuja is here, thanks to DMARC Integrated Projects Limited, unveiling the DMARC Hillview Estate in Kubwa, Abuja, which boasts of luxury flats with the option of 2 or 3 bedrooms with flexible payment plans. DMARC Hillview Estate features waterboard supply and borehole, dedicated transformer, adequate drainage systems, spacious ensuite bedrooms, and CCTV with 24-hour on-site monitoring. We also have duplexes in Kabusa and City Gate. For inquiries, visit DMARC Hillview Estate behind Liberty Hotel near Living Faith Church, Biajin, Kubwa, Abuja. You can visit our website www.demarcprojects.com or send an email to demarcprojects@gmail.com. You can also call 0803-4506-661 or 0802-6384-618 or 0815-7002-799. DMARC Hillview Estate, a place you can call home.
Festus Adebayo there, the president of HDN and the convener of Abuja International Housing Show, reacting to the statement made by the Honorable Minister of Works and Housing, Mr. Babatunde Fashola. The fact still remains that Nigeria still has a housing deficit. Getting the right figure should be the topmost priority for all stakeholders involved.
I'm Debbie Erb. I work for OPIC in the United States, and keep watching the Affordable Housing Development Program.
Welcome back. The program is Housing Development. Sometimes being a gracious host can come back to bite you in the backside. While having a guest for a few days can be lovely at first, there can come a point where you need your space to yourself. Now, what is the most tactful way to let someone know they have overstayed their welcome in your house? Let's find out on Voices on the Streets.
It's as simple as calling her to know it that, madam, you've overstayed and I want to go. It's not my house. It's my house. So it doesn't take anything. It is better for me to keeping her in my house that she's inconveniencing me and I am not happy. She is not going to be happy too, maybe because of my attitude. It is better sit her down, tell her that, madam, the agreement or whatever, you ought to have left the house last week, last month. Now you are overstaying, and your being overstaying is inconveniencing me.
First of all, my attitude will tell you, like, the way I will start behaving. Because I can't actually come straight to you and tell you to leave my house and the rest. That will not deprive you of the things I've been giving you when you came in newly, but my attitude will show you. But if your common sense should tell you to leave my house already, because you're not getting the vibe we are getting right from the moment you step into the house.
instead of me doing so, hiding it to you, or maybe you're hearing it some people mouth that maybe this person say that he started with you. I won't like you to go that way. I better come out and tell you that yes, I'm done with you. There is no hidden agenda there.
You pretend as if you don't hear the person, you don't know what the person is talking about. What do I mean by that? By chatting, using your phone. Like when the person is like asking you question or having a conversation with you, and you're busy, pressing your phone, you're busy interacting, chatting with your phone. Like you've given a signal that, it's like I need to leave. This person doesn't want me any longer. Okay, secondly, when you have a guest and you don't offer that person anything, not even a cup of water, the person will definitely leave.
You have to let the person know that his or her is inconveniencing you, that you need your privacy, because I know that if all things being equal, the person would have left. You wouldn't want such thing to occur.
Based on a personal base, I will address it in this way. Sister, brother, we have a program in the church today. Will you mind following me to the program? Because it's almost time. Now, if the person really understands that he or she had overcome the state, she might say, or he might say, okay, some other time, they can make that person to go. And if you really want to follow me, then you can follow me. Then this is, if I'm doing this, how I would discharge somebody that overstayed her welcome. Then on the other side, if it's not going to church, if it's not my activity day, and I'm no longer comfortable with your presence, I can say, okay, please, can we stroll out? Let's buy something. Then we can still stay out there. We can spend the time out there if I'm not okay with the person's presence. So these are two ways. Personally, I would discharge somebody from my house.
I mean, to give the person a heads up first, maybe 2 months or 3 months heads up about the expiration of her rent. I guess the person will be preparing for that the end of the month or the time due that you're giving the person.
I'll just ask what their plans of living is, how they plan to live, because if we didn't have an agreement that they will stay longer than they've stayed, I'll ask what their plan is, and if it's okay for me, I can next. If it's not okay, I'll ask them to bounce.
Fully persuaded about the need for a more sustainable, modern, creatively crafted and functional design, Urban Shelter Limited has developed yet another masterpiece that so easily breaks the borders of creativity and dispels mediocrity. Well seated on over 210,000 square meters of land and marked for housing development, the Promenade Estate is located in an excellent part of the Federal Capital Territory, Lokogoma, a central point in Abuja, proximal to most places of relative significance and attraction and edged by multiple access roads where homeowners can swiftly meet up with schedules and appointments. Pushing the frontiers of communal living, the Promenade Estate has within its borders 2-bedroom and 4-bedroom semi-detached for the purpose of facilitating communal living, while homeowners have well-defined mutually exclusive spaces. The Promenade Estate appeals to the minds of intellectuals, professionals, and homeowners who have a thirst for a house that sits comfortably on global standard. Urban Shelter setting the pace.
One of the most prominent features of your house is your roof. Your roof will tell how old your building is. At Plus World, we pride ourselves in having the expertise and products to bring your roof back to life. While other roofing companies suggest removing the roof, we restore the roof with warranty assurance. Let Plus World Roofing recoat your old and fading roofs and make your roofs brand new. Our products are eco-friendly and completely harmless to human and the environment. We offer services that will sustain your roof's integrity and by extension, your property value. This includes roof repairs and maintenance for residential, commercial, and industrial properties. Our roof restoration solution saves you up to 70% the cost of replacing your roof. Contact Plus World Roofing today.
Voices on the street there, people's reactions on ways to handle house guests that stay too long in their homes. Now it's countdown to Abuja International Housing Show, the largest housing and construction event in Africa. A unique one-stop event for construction industry stakeholders, presenting new products, innovative services and technology. Now here are testimonials from exhibitors that attended the last housing show.
This show has been amazing. I would say that I've actually learned a lot and networked with a whole lot of real estate developers out there. So it's been insightful so far. Like, I'm really overwhelmed. Really overwhelmed. I've learned a lot.
We must thank Abuja Housing Show for giving us this opportunity, and we are so pleased to interact with the people in the audience here. They are showing a lot of interest and curiosity. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
I am so particularly impressed by the content of delivery. First and foremost, the awareness, the publicity. Prior to this time, I have 3-4 partners who have called me to remind me that they have seen adverts of Abuja International Show on television, on news media. Am I going to be here? I was really amazed that if people are not in the sector are so aware of this, then the organizers of the same must have done a lot to get people's attention, and that's quite a commendable feat.
Abuja Housing Show is a very productive event. You come around here to meet over 50,000 persons. It's been very productive. I mean, since we started coming here, there has been a greater brand awareness, and you meet the corporate world, you meet the public, you meet the masses, and then you do business in a great way and in a special way. I think that's part of the reason why we're here.
Very impressive. Absolutely impressive. Every year, this exhibition keeps growing bigger. Greater attendance, global attendance, and this is an improvement of the very excellent one we had last year also.
It's very amazing. It's an amazing experience so far. The turnout has been good. We've been getting a lot of customers coming up, and overall it's been amazing so far.
I can tell you authoritatively that I have met my expectations already, because what I have seen, the kind of people, caliber of people that have come around here, people are enthusiastic about what we do. We've taken people to sites, they've gone there, and I can tell you that we have made sales. That's the most important thing, and I'm happy to report that. So I'm a happy CEO, I can tell you.
We are veterans of the Abuja International Housing Show. We see ourselves as part of the family. We endorse the Abuja International Housing Show. It is a must-attend event for anyone who is a player in this sector. The Family Homes Funds will be there. We expect our partners to be there. There will be a lot of opportunity to discuss new ideas, enhance our partnership, and look at opportunities for doing new things going forward. The Family Homes Fund will be there in a big way, and we look forward to seeing you all.
Nigeria has continued to face housing deficit, and this shortfall is being recorded in the face of rising population and costly apartment. This deficit has become a cause for concern among Nigerians as the gap between demand and supply widens. Apart from the fact that several Nigerians find it difficult to get a roof over their heads, we still continue to see unoccupied houses, especially in urban areas. It is time to unravel the housing statistics in the nation to establish an adequate housing data. On that note, I wrap up today's episode of Housing Development. Thanks for watching. I remain your housing diva, Flora Annie. Do stay safe out there.